Hey, good evening. So, I'll get a recording here. Give me- In this journey in life, we go through some things that uh, we don't understand. We don't understand. We don't know the gravity. We don't know the reasoning behind things. And I don't know where you're at in your journey, but a lot of times, again, throughout the scriptures, we saw so many people that didn't have all the answers. They didn't have the destination. They didn't have a whole lot of insight about what was going on. And I ran across a picture earlier, and it was of a my spiritual father who has such an impact had such an impact on my life. And I think back to his story. I think about where I am now, and I think about his story, him and his wife's story, how the decisions and the things that they went through that they didn't understand at the time, how it worked out for such a time as this. There's so many aspects to life. There's so many layers. There's so many times when we feel we have unanswered prayers, when we don't see, we just don't get it. We don't get it. Um, Scripture talks about, I speak to you of heavenly things and you don't, of earthly things and you don't get it. That's what Jesus told the disciples. I speak to you earthly things and you don't get it. So you expect me to speak to you of heavenly things and you think you're going to get that. So if they're laid out for us, we still won't get it. But I was thinking back on this picture and I was thinking of all the layers and all the lives and all the crisscross and zigzags and how it goes about. Now, there's a story that I shared before about logistics, how we're going through Atlanta and we're driving, and I was seeing all these 18 wheelers crisscrossing across the country. And you know what? On each one of those trucks, there was a package. There was something that on those trucks that they carried that somebody was waiting for. Somebody was waiting for a package on there. Now, we don't know what state that package was in, because I've worked for manufacturing companies and it might have been a raw material. It might have been a screw, some type of hardware that went into a part that went into something that was going to be passed on and added on to something else. And we just don't know. It might have been a gift for someone that's waiting across the country to receive this gift. Again, there's so many what's on that truck. What is on that truck? What is in that cargo? And we don't really know. We don't know who's going to deliver it. We don't know how it's going to get there, but we just know that it's going to get there. In this situation and through this, man, I wanted to say, hold on, keep going. Even when you don't have the answers to your situation, keep going on, because God's got the answer. God's going to work it out. And that decision that's made and that unanswered prayer, that thing that you didn't get right away, might be the thing that you needed in the way that is going to work out for his glory ultimately. So I just kind of wanted to get you, reel you in a little bit, reel you in, and just kind of look from that perspective, that lens that I got today that was saying, hey, there's some things going on. There's some things on this journey that I can't explain to you, because there are so many layers, there are so many lives, there are so many instances, there are so many circumstances that are going on that you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't understand how this one situation would affect this situation and how it's ultimately going to affect you. So a closed door in Texarkana ended up to an open door in Bartlett State Jail. And the impact that it's had since then, and the life that's been spoken into somebody else, in a number of people, not just myself, but through so many people, there's that. And I want to again encourage you. We're coming up on a new year. We're coming up on a new time. And you don't have the Psalms talks about he's a lamp unto our feet. He doesn't have high beams on, y'all. We're taking one step at a time. He's a lamp. If you walked with a lamp or even a flashlight, but more so a lamp, But even a flashlight, you can only see so far, because if you point it forward ahead of you, you can see up there, but you can't see what's going on at your feet. So you're not really sure to take that next step until you put that light down. So when you have that lamp right there at the next step, he's that lamp. He's providing that comfort. He's providing that stability for that next step. He's providing the way, but he's not giving you a whole lot. He's not allowing you to see a whole lot ahead, because you know what? You would get overwhelmed. We would get overwhelmed when we see that. So I want to encourage you as we go through that, and allow him to be that lamp, because we're going into a new season and we're going into a new time. We're going into a new year. So you have aspirations, you have goals, you have dreams, you have resolutions, or whatever they may be. Go get them. Go get them one step at a time. And when those doors closed, just know that that might be a thread to something greater.